opposite the U.S Embassy. They are here in solidarity with the movement Black Lives Matter, which is currently going a campaign in America at the moment. Now, hashtag Black Lives Matter was created in 2012 after the death of Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was 17 years old when he was killed, shot by George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman was acquitted by the court, but people, especially people from the black community in America, say that that was an injustice because they say that his actions were racially motivated. Now, the hashtag came to the forefront again last year after the death of Mike Brown in Ferguson, but it's recently really crossed over here to the UK after the death of Sandra Bland. Now, she was arrested for a minor traffic offence and she died later on in police custody 3 days after her arrest. Police say she committed suicide. People, the campaigners say that there is a pattern going on here, black people being targeted by the state police. And I've got one of the protesters here with me today. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us, Jasper. So some people ask, why
Well, because we're one global family, and as much as we care about migrants in the Mediterranean or our African-American brothers and sisters who are being summarily executed by the Blue Cross Klan on the streets of America, our hearts go out to them. We are people united by our common experience of racism, and therefore what happens in America has an effect on how we feel and what we do here in the United Kingdom.
Now, the movement Black Lives Matter, the hashtag created in 2012, has really been in the headlines a lot lately. Some people are saying, shouldn't it be all lives matter? What do you say to those people?
I think that's just a reaction to the fact that anytime black people focus on our own interests, our own safety, our own interests, as I say, that we get accused of being segregated and being separatist. The fact is black lives have never mattered, and they've never mattered more so than today. And so to make the statement Black Lives Matter is countering the narrative that assumes that all white lives matter anyway. And we're proud of that hashtag, and we're not going to dump it or get rid of it for anybody.
What are you hoping to achieve today?
I think we're just sending out our solidarity to our brothers and sisters in America to say they don't stand alone. And we're outside here, the American Embassy in London, having redecorated the statue of Franklin D. Roosevelt to say that there is no justice in America for black people. What we're seeing is a war of almost small-like proportions. I think more black African Americans have died in America than white Americans died in the Iraq and Afghani war. So we're seeing a war of attrition against black folks, and we're here today to stand in solidarity with them.
Jasper, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us. Now, this protest coincides with other protests taking place in America. Just last week, on August the 9th, there were some protests which took place in Ferguson in America. That was to mark the 1-year anniversary of the death of Mike Brown, who was killed in Ferguson by an officer. Now, as part of this movement, protesters say that this hashtag Black Lives Matter is really a way to take the hashtag off from social media and take it onto the streets. And they're planning to stage more protests later on.